Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Well, we're in the month of August, and what do you know it, but at the end of July, on July 31st, Warner Bros. Discovery decided to remove yet another wave of shows from HBO Max. If you go to Cartoon Network section on HBO Max right now, it can't even fill out 2 rows, because all that's in this section for Cartoon Network is Adventure Time, Craig of the Creek, Craig Before the Creek, Lamput, Lou and the Bali Bunch is there twice. I don't even know what that is, quite frankly. The Total Drama Island Revival, Total Drama Rama, Villainous, and We Baby Bears. That is the entirety of Cartoon Network section on HBO Max right now. There is a total of 8 series in the Cartoon Network section. That is absolutely insane. You know, we just talked about how Warner Brothers and Discovery are splitting into 2 separate companies. I'll leave a card above to that video, but one thing that's happening obviously is Warner Brothers Studios and streaming is becoming Warner Brothers. That's going to be part of this split, and one part of that is studios and one part of that is streaming. Let me ask you this: what is the point of this streaming platform? Why is it such an emphasis as a part of this split when the platform itself is barely even alive anymore? Like, yes, I'm hyper focusing on Cartoon Network here, but just looking at this platform, what is the point of it if you're not putting your own content on it? Like, why have a Warner Brothers streaming service if you're not going to have Warner Brothers shows on your Warner Brothers streaming service? Like, in essence, and it was like this in the mid to late 2010s, Hulu is essentially the place to go for Cartoon Network original series on streaming. It just is. All of Cartoon Network shows, for the most part, have migrated over to Hulu. They were there prior to HBO Max launching in 2019, I believe it was, and that's essentially become the home once again for these shows. So in essence, what is the point of you having HBO Max if you're not putting your content on it? Like, I know in terms of this, split and a sale that we're going to end up seeing after this split, the whole point of them saying it's studios and streaming is because whatever company buys them out is going to take HBO Max and morph it into a new platform. It's kind of like what Apple did, if you guys don't know, in, I think it was 2013, maybe 2012, Apple bought Beats, the headphone brand. It was such a weird thing at the time. I remember as a kid, I was like, why is Apple buying Beats? This just does not make sense. And the reason why Apple bought Beats is because Beats owned Beats One. It was a music streaming service that Apple saw and was like, hey, what if we take that platform and make our own streaming service out of it? What do? They buy Beats, they own the headphones now, they make Beats headphones, and they turn Beats One into Apple Music. Apple Music is obviously massive right now. It's one of the 2 biggest music streaming platforms alongside Spotify. Essentially, I think that's what's going to happen with HBO Max once a sale happens of Warner Brothers. Whatever company, let's just say it's Sony, comes in here and they're like, okay, we're going to buy Warner Brothers. We now own all of your studios, which is great. We can, put them with Sony's pictures. We could have, Sony Animation work alongside Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios. We'll have this juggernaut when it comes to these animated programs. And then we have Sony Pictures and Warner Brothers Pictures. We have now DC Studios as well as Spider-Man. We own the rights to Spider-Man. We have this massive library of programming now at our disposal with a wide variety of studios that we own. But there's also your streaming service. And we don't really have a need for HBO Max, but we also don't really have our own big streaming platform. So we're going to take HBO Max and we're going to turn it into Sony's big streaming platform. That's what I think is going to happen here. But in turn, right now, if you look at this, what is the point of anyone buying HBO Max or subscribing to it, I should say, when your shows aren't even on it? Like, the perfect example here is The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. It's a brand new series that launched, a week or so ago now, and it launched on Hulu. It's a Warner Brothers produced series, Warner Brothers Animation, Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe. They launched it on Hulu instead of launching on HBO Max. I'm going to be straightforward. As of the recording of this video, I have yet to see any of The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. Not because I don't want to see it, no, just I've been a little busy lately, but also part of it is, and I'm sure this is a thing for a lot of people, in order for you to see this, in order for you to watch this show, the first 20 episodes of it, you're going to have to subscribe to Hulu, which is like $18, $19 a month without ads. I will do that. I do want to see the show enough that I will pay that money to watch it, but the reason I haven't done so yet is because I'm like, I don't really have the time right now to sit down and watch all 20 episodes of this series, and I don't want to be paying, 2 or 3 months of Hulu to watch the entirety of this, so I'm just gonna wait until I can watch watch it all within a week or two so I could just get it out of the way, cancel my subscription, and move on with my life. That's essentially what I'm doing here and why I haven't seen Gumball yet. It's like, what is the point of you having a service in HBO Max when one of your biggest franchises that Cartoon Network owns right now, Gumball, one of the ones they're pushing a lot, isn't even on your service? Like, why even bother having a Cartoon Network section on HBO Max anymore? I don't get it. Like, the only thing on there that's actually airing new episodes is Total Drama Island's revival. And I just realized something. Where is Adventure Time Fiona and Cake? Wasn't that here before? What happened to that series? Does that mean when this show comes back with season 2, it's not going to be on HBO Max? Is it going to be on Hulu now? Then again, further, if we're taking HBO Max originals, or at the time it was a Max original, and we're moving it off of HBO Max, what is the point of the service? Why should anyone get HBO Max when you're not putting your own content on your own service? It's just absurd to me. It really seems like right now the logic with Warner Brothers Discovery is like, okay, we're in a lot of debt right now. We're having this split happen next year, but in the meantime, we have to find a way to pay our bills, so to speak. We have to find a way to, pad our pockets even further. So we have this platform, HBO Max. It's a good streaming platform. People like it, but it's not really doing it for us financially. We can make more money if we sell the rights to these shows to Hulu or whatever other platform will buy it. In the case of Batman Cape Crusader, it's Amazon Prime Video. We're going to sell these shows to these services, and then hopefully in about a year's time, we'll be waiting for regulatory agencies to, approve whatever sale we're going to have. Whoever's going to buy us, whether it be Sony or Comcast or Apple or someone else entirely, we're just going to wait for that to happen and just kind of stay afloat for now. And then whoever buys our company can worry about all that later. They're going to have to figure out the streaming rights to all these shows when those contracts end, because eventually there will be a date where Gumball is no longer a Hulu original. Hulu, I would assume, eventually is going to lose the rights to stream it, and then everything will come flooding back to HBO Max. But for now, that's assuming all that happens. But for now, Warner Brothers Discovery is like, I really don't care about any of that. I just care about making sure we can make some money right now because, I need to make some money. I need to pad my pocket even further, the executives are thinking. And that's essentially what's happening here. It's really a shame to be seeing, because from the get-go, I was critical of HBO Max and their offerings when it came to Cartoon Network, because I was really expecting it to be like a Disney Plus launch. If you guys recall, when Disney Plus launched, everything that was under Disney's portfolio that they legally could put on their service, because of course they had some contracts with some other platforms that they were waiting for them to expire, but for the most part, everything under the Disney umbrella was on Disney Plus at launch, and that was so impressive to me. That's what I was expecting Warner Brothers Discovery to do with HBO Max, or rather Warner Media at the time. I was expecting it to be essentially, this is your one stop and shop home for Cartoon Network. You come to here, every Cartoon Network show is on this service. Whether it's Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, The Powerpuff Girls, Foster Home for Imaginary Friends, the original Ben 10, or something more modern like Adventure Time Regular Show, Steven Universe, The Amazing World of Gumball, Infinity Train. Whatever the case is, everything is here. And that wasn't the case at launch. I know people were happy with it. People were like, oh, they'll add more to it over time. And look what's happened since then. They haven't added more to it. They've taken more away. And now the Cartoon Network section has a total of 8 franchises within it, or 7 franchises technically, because Total Drama and Total Drama Rama are the same franchise. That's just unbelievable. That's really a shame to be seeing what has happened to this platform. It's like, I'm shaking my head right now because I don't know what else to say. It's just unbelievable to see the lack of direction that Warner Brothers Discovery has and what they've done to not only this platform, but to the entire company as a whole. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about the fact that yet another wave of Cartoon Network series were removed from HBO Max? Am I going to be making a video in 6 months saying the Cartoon Network section is gone because everything's been removed from Max? They're all now on Hulu. It's just amazing to be seeing what's happening here. It's really something else. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.